But my friends, always like any of the wildlife preserve. A large reserve, but there are a few things we do need to go over. Number one thing to do, as you please, remain seated at all times. Use hands, arms, feet, legs, and tails if you have them. But with that being said, we're going to ride outside. Our first I'll be here to Little Lutter.
No.
Already to our left, you can make out the saddle-billed stork. Now that beautiful bird, they go to about 5 feet tall at the shoulder and have an incredible wingspan of around 9 feet wide. We're up there on our left side behind the bamboo. So you can see them right up there on the side of those. We also can see the bongo with their beautiful reddish-brown fur. Now the bongos, they use that coloration to blend with the dead leaves or soils of the forests around them. Kind of with their predators. And in the event they are spotted, they'll then use their spiraled rear back these horses, which will bramble or strip their way from their eyes to nimbly get away. Then, as for our friend to the right, those are the okapi. Now, okapis, they oftentimes get mistaken for zebras due to the black and white stripes across their back border. So they actually have no relation to zebras whatsoever, and instead, they're the only known relatives of the giraffe. I know, pretty crazy. There's like where those party pants confuse us, I guess. Well, then up top of the hill, you can see the black rhino. The black rhino is the smaller species of rhino, only growing to be around 3,000 pounds. The smaller species at 3,000.
No what?
Now they are an incredible animal for us to see out here, as they are so extremely Then to our right, those are the greater kudu. Now, the greater kudu are another species of antelope, and unlike their cousins the bongo, they utilize their coloration to blend with the light side of the forest with the bark and dust of this forest. Now, the ones we saw there were some lovely ladies, and we can tell they are females just by looking at their head, for they are missing something. You know guys what that is? They're missing horns. There's only the male greater kudu will grow horns, so the females will not. Then coming down the way here, we can see the Safi River, home to these pink-back pelicans. Now these pink-back pelicans, they are the smallest of the pelican species, of which there are 8. Though they are small, they still have an incredible wingspan that matches the saddlebills, around 9 feet wide. Now they use their little gullet pump shells to catch fish in the water, kind of like a net. But unlike in Finding Nemo, they don't hold the fish there once they're caught, instead directly swallowing them right away.
Tava se coçando o bichinho.
We also there you can see those Nile hippo down in the water. The hippos, they are perfectly adapted for these waterways, having special adaptations in their ears and snout and eyes. The water They then also have the nipple placed on top of their head. As this allows them to pop up to the surface to get that air in sight rather quickly, then using a special adaptation in their jaw to feel under the water. Now they can hold their breath down underneath the water for around 8 minutes long at a time. Now grow to about 5,500 pounds. Moving along the Nile crocodile.
Tem ali na água, na água.
Is actually really great parents, being one of the few animal species that actually bear babies from their shells during the hatching process. Both used by lifting up the eggs, putting slight bits of pressure on, so the time is right, the baby can see crack right on through. They even after little ones are born, the DNA helping them out give a safe place to hide in those very same jobs. This, I like to imagine, gives us a great way we can relate to the animal, showing off how hard they're working for their survival and the protection of their little ones. As there are no bad animals in this world, just animals doing their best to survive in the only ways they know how. So maybe next time we see the Nile crocodile, instead of focusing on their bite, we can instead focus on what wonderful parents they are instead.
Vamos para as áreas das girafas. Ai, nunca vi uma girafa.
Then now, going down now, we are leaving that part. So, now we can see the rest again.
Olha a zebra.
Oh, and you can see those Maasai giraffes.
Zebra.
Maasai giraffes are one of the tallest species of animals in the world. They're around 14 to 20 feet tall. Realize they're going to hide all the food and shelter that they need, reducing their encounters with other animals, as well as reducing their competition with them.
O que é aquele negócio ali de barro? Tem casa de cupim.
Well, then here you can see those sable antelope. Sable antelope, these are long, rear, back-facing horns with attack and defense, dissuading you from jumping onto their back for the fear of being poked. They're also one of the few brave antelope species that prefer to fight off their predators rather than run away. In fact, they're so brave, they'll even defend other animals from their predators as well. This is why they're actually our icons here at the reserve. Not because we want to fight people or anything like that, but because we want to fight for the right to protect these awesome animals. We also encourage you guys to fight right alongside us, as all these animals are desperately in need of our help. As we humans, we keep destroying and perverting this planet. We need to be doing our part to be replenishing it and saving it instead. And for that to happen, we need to be reducing and recycling our materials, replacing the road to rose planting trees and gardens, and getting involved in conservation efforts, whether that's by donating money or volunteering to the best of our ability. This way we can help out animals like these Heartland mountain zebras and their baby. Have a world that we still grow up in the future.
So beautiful. Parece que é pintado, né? Ela é branca. Pintaram ela.
Those Heartland mountain zebras, they usually like to hang out together in large groups. But do you guys know what you call a group of zebra?
And white strips, black.
No? Here, I'll give you a little bit of a hint.
Black stripes.
First you have a little razzle, then you have a little
black stripes.
dazzle. A dazzle, that's exactly right. It's gonna be a dazzle zebra. That's because that's exactly what they do to their predators, utilizing their beautiful black and white stripes to make it look like they're all one cohesive being rather than multiple individuals. That's why they all group to get away without anyone being left behind.
Uma girafa comendo. Pronto. Leite.
Oh, and here these are the wildebeest and giraffes. Now, wildebeest, they have one of the most amazing migrations of all of our animals. Travel around 500 to 1,000 miles for their food. Now, they usually make these travels in large groups known as implausibilities, where they're at one point we're at numbers of 1.5 million strong. But again, due to that major loss of habitat and home, these animals have now dropped to only the mere hundreds of thousands in number. This is why they're guys ambassador animals to really show off just how much of an impact we're making on this planet, and just how much we need to be fighting in the other direction to help them save it. There he goes again. And there's that tower of Maasai giraffes all crowded together, hanging out, watching each other's back to make sure no predators sneak up on them, while getting plenty of food. As our friends there will eat for around 20 hours out of the day.
a girafa.
Isso é preconceito.
Tu come 20 horas por dia. O que temos aqui? Nada, só um laguinho. Ai, elefante! Elefante! Vem aqui, amiguinho. Ele tá tímido hoje.
Now the African elephant takes around 11,000 pounds. Bad to get to 13,000 pounds before. Oh, they have a bunch of incredible adaptations to that large trunk of theirs. Because that trunk allows them to put large into grass, but you put on full limbs of trees and snap those other twigs, they can suck up around 8 liters of water at a time to not feel on drinking. Before their trunk is able to do so many amazing adaptations, they have to have quite a lot of muscles. As the trunk of an African elephant has thousands of muscles in it alone. Far more than our entire bodies as humans. But show how complex and powerful the animal can be. And when I say thousands, I mean upwards of 40,000 muscles to each team. Then to our left and right side, so you're seeing these red clay pits. Now in the red clay, we are just seeing those gory marks, which is a great indication that more elephants actually travel through the area. As elephants, they actually like to eat red clay, and the natural survivors in their diet. Very similar to elephants that fight those before they have to keep ourselves healthy. We can see the culprits right here. Elephants that usually travel together these groups like this, known as a herd or memory, where they'll be led by the eldest and largest female. Now, the responsibility of elder matriarch leader herds will consume plenty of food and water. Often, generations she herself wanted to once whenever she was a baby. But it's sad for elephants is oftentimes by the time they go back looking to once new or full of food and water, they no longer exist. And this is again can be traced back to who? Us, humans, as we keep destroying the planet and ruining our atmosphere. So to fight this, we need to do once more keep our eyes open and looking up for creative solutions about how about. Kind of like our elephants and bees project we made here at the Disney Antelopes Wildlife Reserve, which is a project among many others you can find at our Disney's conservation website if you guys are curious about more ways to get involved. Coming down here, we can't see the baby elephant kind of hanging out right there behind the road. Oh, it's always amazing to get to see our babies.
Fica comendo.
He's playing around with that stick, trying to figure out what to do.
Comida, que nem eu queria.
These are the greater flamingos. These greater flamingos, they have one of the lightest pink colorations of all the flamingo species. They came from natural diets of brine, shrimp, it's high in beta-carotene. Now it takes about 2.5 years of decolorization, plus they do love showing off ancients they can. Whether that's for everyone walking down with their legs. Then there we see the large mud wallow. Now mud wallows, they might be all that exciting to you and I as people, but for our animals, they're absolutely amazing. So a lot of animals like to roll around that mud, creating natural forms of sunscreen over their bodies. But just like people, their skin can burn too. Oh, skin diseases and skin cancers. That's why it's so important for us to make sure that we're reducing our carbon emissions, switching up to green energy sources like wind, water, solar, and nuclear to the best of our ability, so we can protect our animals from those harmful UV rays, as well as re-stabilize our climate to be more friendly to life on Earth. Here we're entering to big cat territory, so keep your eyes open, your ears good and wet. Your head's on swivel as we start on a busybody in here. Just lying down there to our left, you can see the cheetah. Now cheetahs, they're one of the fastest species of animals in the world. Able to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds. 3 seconds, guys, that's faster than a fact about them. That's not even their top speed. Those cheetahs, they have been known to get up to 80 miles per hour before. Now they are what we call crepuscular animals, usually during the sunrise and sunset. Trying to avoid hunting the bees, they like a dire animal, and I wouldn't about at night when the big cat rivals or nocturnal around. Looking to the right, you can see that water buck. Now, a water buck, they're going to get their name for the an unusually large amount of water, not being the most migratory of animals. Usually stay near large sources of water when at all possible. This is because it gives them a source to drink from, of course, but also they can utilize as their main form of defense from predators, jumping into the water and swimming around, dissuading any big cats from following them down inside. Then hanging out here, those are the warthogs, Africa's largest burrow animals. The warthogs don't make these burrows as their homes, however the predators are harsh rays in the sun. Because you're going down in the reverse into the razor sharp tusks, which no one follows them down the side. Now those warthogs are highly intelligent animals. They'll change their day and night cycle on a whim, allowing them to thwart predators and find resources. They also are smart enough to actually utilize burrows of other animals as their homes rather than start from scratch each time, teaching us that if our animals are into a cycle, we should be too as humans. And if you look real close next to the water buck, there's the ostrich lying down as well. Ostrich, they grow about 6 to 9 feet tall whenever they are fully grown. Unfortunately, due to their large size, they cannot fly, so instead they use their long and powerful legs, will get up to 40 miles per hour. Coming over to our left, you can see the Nigerian dwarf goats. Absolutely love those little kids, like jumping, laminating, and the little hooks on the roof, the table, the jeep. All over you can find them. But while they do seem rather small in stature, they do serve another great big important purpose. As those little guys, they are fantastic milkers, producing large quantities of highly nutritious milk. The trying to get cheese and food cycles. All they do is land resource cows, even as a harmful methane gas. So what this teaches us is even the smallest makes great big changes in the world. And if those little guys make a big difference, I know each and every one of you have my as far as I can as well. Isn't that right, my friends?
Yep.
Oh, come on, guys, I can't hear you. Can't we make a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we can. Just takes us doing our part and making those changes we've been talking about along the way. And now, making our turn, we are going to see some wonderful waterfalls. Area. But they are very bittersweet as well. So that does we're not fishing exit they're off at Wildlife Reserve today. So let's all reflection all those animals you can see on their homes. So let's ask all my friends on board, what was your favorite animal you saw on safari today, guys?
Antelope.
Ostrich? Yeah, they're super cool animals, you know. Warhogs are super cool too. They're all of our friends there at the final east part of this event. But now, my friends, looks our part here is open. It means about time for us to say goodbye. But I don't like saying goodbye. It's far.